Steps being taken to minimize crowds at the beach and slow the spread of coronavirus this holiday weekend. And Balboa Park Museum is back open for the first time in months. Why their return, though, could be short-lived.
And we have a warm 4th of July weekend on tap for us, but there is a concern at the beaches. I'll let you know how high the surf is going to get. ABC 10 News Midday starts now.
ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
Great to have you with us on this midday. I'm Jim Patton, and you see Megan Perry out there. Megan, looks like it's pretty bright your way. Bright sunshine in your eyes there.
I know, it's very bright. It's beautiful. It feels very comfortable. Boy, it feels like a holiday weekend. So it is going to be getting a little bit warmer as we head into the next couple of days. But today, absolutely lovely. Just about 2 to 4 degrees warmer than yesterday. And it doesn't get much better than that. Look at that view from Del Mar. In fact, in 1 hour, it doesn't look like there's a lot of people out there. Remember to social distance, but temperatures are warming up very, very quickly. And starting at 12 o'clock today, we will be in a beach hazard statement. Waves of 3 to 7 feet along with dangerous rip currents. Temperatures right now already in the 80s in Poway and in Ramona. Water temperatures, pretty comfortable, but pretty cool. Temperatures mostly in the 60s. Your coast 4th of July weekend forecast will take us into the mid 70s, while our inland neighborhoods are going to be soaring into the 90s by Sunday. And I'm going to be pinpointing how long this heat is going to last when I come back with your full forecast. Jim?
All right, sounds good. Megan, thank you. Well, with the nice weather, beachgoers are expected to pack the beaches this weekend for the 4th of July holiday. ABC 10 News reporter Marie Cornell shows us how the coronavirus precautions are affecting their plans.
With beaches closed in nearby counties, law enforcement is anticipating crowds of people at the beach this holiday weekend. But the question is, will they follow the rules? The county guidelines require facial coverings and social distancing. We saw both at Mission Beach, people keeping their distance from each other, and most were wearing facial coverings. People came early to secure their spots in what is expected to be a busy holiday weekend kicking off today.
We're here. We're going to make the best of it. We're fine.
CODISes are visiting from Arizona. They heard about Governor Newsom closing beaches where coronavirus numbers are rising, but took the chance that San Diego beaches would stay open.
We figured this morning, we got the kids up and said, okay, let's take a chance. You know, either we can get to the beach or we can't, and if not, there's a pool at the hotel.
Law enforcement says they will be out this weekend reminding people about the rules, but they say it will be up to the public to follow them. Edward and Jamie say they understand why people don't like wearing the face coverings, but they believe it's everyone's responsibility to do their part in controlling the spread of this virus.
We all have to be responsible and just try to really implement social distancing on our own.
The governor has closed the parking lots to all state beaches to try and eliminate the potential of gatherings at the beach. As far as cities, only Oceanside has closed its parking lots. From Mission Beach, Marie Cornell, ABC 10 News.
And museums in Balboa Park reopened just in time for the holiday weekend, although the comeback may be short-lived if the state puts more restrictions on indoor activities Monday. ABC 10 News reporter Jared Aarons tells us the museums are moving forward and hoping for the best.
There's a focus on safety as museums reopen at Balboa Park. Masks are required, markers are down to help enforce social distancing, and crowd size will be limited. And as far as the threat of possibly having to close again next week, the museums are just hopeful that they won't have to. At precisely 10 o'clock, Courtney Mail and his sons, Ryan and Lucas, returned to the Fleet Science Center for the first time in months.
My favorite part is like where the bricks and you have to build like circular stuff or a brick
shape
house.
table. Friday, the Science Center, along with the NAT, the Veterans Museum, and the International Gift Shop reopened. Saturday, the History Center, the Model Railroad Museum, and the Museum of Photographic Arts will join them. The Air and Space Museum, the Automotive Museum, and the Japanese Friendship Garden are already open, giving a full range of options to park visitors.
The experience in itself in any one of the museums is really special. But if you can go to 8 or 3 or 5 or whatever number you really want to enjoy, your whole family can come back, do something that's extremely educational but fun.
But the comeback could come up short. With San Diego now on the state's coronavirus watch list, Monday may bring more restrictions, closing the museums again. That hurts the bottom line as they rely on attendance for funding.
We understand the priorities of the state. We understand the needs of the county. And so in understanding that, certainly the goal would still be that they're able to stay open, but we understand if that's not possible.
Which is why Mail and his sons came right away to a place they missed with almost all of their being.
About 99% of me.
Have you, Courtney? I really enjoy it. I've always enjoyed the Science Museum, so yeah, it's a good opportunity for us. It's nice to come back again.
If the state doesn't impose more restrictions, I'm told the park plans to do its residents-free program on Tuesday for a couple of museums. Of course, capacity will still be limited. In Balboa Park, Jared Aarons, ABC 10 News.
And as Jared mentioned, San Diego County is on the state coronavirus watch list after 3 straight days of elevated cases. If the numbers don't drastically improve over the next 3 days, new restrictions and closures will go into effect on Monday. It will affect dine-in restaurants, forcing them to close. Bars that don't serve food have already been shut down, and restaurants are on a curfew, having to close by 10 p.m. We spoke with owners and employees about the newest set of restrictions, even as they brace for more.
On Friday and Saturday, we do our best business after 11, so it's devastating to our business. I really think they should rethink the 10 o'clock curfew because it's going to hurt us very badly, and we need the economy to keep going, even with this virus.
County officials say they're focusing the new restrictions on bars and restaurants because that's where they're seeing the largest number of outbreaks. Well, you can still attend in-person church services in California, but now you won't be allowed to sing. As it works to curb the rise in COVID-19 cases, the state is temporarily banning singing and chanting in places of worship. State's Department of Public Health announced the order Wednesday, saying singing and chanting increases the likelihood for transmission of COVID-contaminated droplets, and they are encouraging churches to live stream their services. Well, the Centers for Disease Control with a grim new forecast predicting up to 160,000 people could die from the coronavirus here in the U.S. by July 25th. And now, as ABC's Rena Roy reports, officials around the country taking steps to prevent large crowds as some hospitals reach capacity.
Across the nation, doctors on the front lines gearing up again to fight the relentless war against the deadly coronavirus.
If we don't reduce the infection rate in the community, several weeks from now, we're going to be underwater.
Miami's Jackson Memorial Hospital is treating double the amount of COVID patients than the peak in April. Today, Florida with new staggering numbers, more than 178,000 total cases with nearly 9,500 new ones reported in a day. Hospitalizations rising in 26 states. Arizona ICUs at 89% capacity. Some hospitals there and in San Antonio, Texas, now using pediatric ICUs for adults as they run out of beds. Today, the U.S. setting another grim record, surpassing 50,000 new cases for the second day in a row.
And we're setting records practically every day of new cases in the numbers that are reported. That clearly is not the right.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott making masks mandatory statewide despite weeks of hesitation.
We've learned that the best way that we can both remain open for business while also containing the spread of COVID-19 is through the strategy of requiring masks that will slow the spread.
Those who are battling COVID-19 warning people to take it seriously. Ora Inman believes she contracted the virus from her husband who bartends in Orlando.
And it hit me like just like a truck ran over me. It was probably one of the most painful things I've ever had to deal with.
And with so many expected to hit the road for the holiday, Chicago has now issued a travel advisory similar to the one issued in the tri-state area, requiring visitors from 15 states to quarantine for 2 weeks. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Other news this midday, a man died overnight after being hit by a car in Chollas Creek before that car sped away from the scene. It happened just before 1 this morning near Chollas Parkway. Police say the man was either standing or walking in the street when a speeding car hit him. Police say that the man was carried on the vehicle until it eventually stopped and then fled the area. Man died at the scene. Police have no description of the car, only that it had a loud muffler. Anyone with information is asked to contact police. Well, immigrant activists will take to the skies over the San Ysidro port of entry today to send a powerful message. They want to spread awareness of what they call a shocking number of migrant detention centers in the country. Dozens of activist artists are teaming up for the project in plain sight. They plan to use small planes to write messages in the skies above detention facilities, immigration courts, and border crossings across the country. Demonstrations are planned for today and tomorrow. Well, the 4th of July weekend will be different. There is no Big Bay Boom this year because of coronavirus, but there are still a few places that you can go Saturday for fireworks. El Cajon's fireworks show begins at 9 o'clock over John F. Kennedy Park. Poway has 2 fireworks shows, one at Poway High, the other at the Sportsplex. Vista Fireworks will launch over Brengle Terrace Park, and Santee will host shows at the Town Center Community Park East and West Hills Park. All begin at 9 p.m. Viewers are asked to watch from their cars or wear masks and socially distance.